You've watched it happen your entire life. The incompetent colleague gets promoted. The loudest voice in the meeting room becomes the leader. The person with the least understanding of complexity makes decisions affecting millions. And you sit there, competent, thoughtful, seeing 10 steps ahead, overlooked, undervalued, watching mediocrity rise while excellence stagnates. This isn't occasional injustice. It's systematic architecture. 500 years ago, Niccolò Machiavelli understood something that still destroys idealistic people today. Virtue doesn't win. Intelligence doesn't rule. The world isn't governed by the wise. It's dominated by those willing to play the game the wise refuse to acknowledge exists. We've mistaken competence for power, knowledge for influence, merit for success. And here's what should concern you. This isn't corruption of a good system. This is the system functioning exactly as designed. Human hierarchies don't elevate the intelligent. They elevate the strategically shameless. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why stupidity isn't a bug in the power structure. It's a feature. And more importantly, how understanding this shifts you from victim of the system to conscious operator within it. Machiavelli wrote in The Prince, "Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see but few can feel. Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are." What did he mean? In his time, he watched Florence torn apart by leaders who believed their noble intentions and philosophical wisdom entitled them to power. They lost to brutal, simple men who understood one truth: appearance matters more than reality. The masses don't evaluate competence, they evaluate confidence. Today, it's infinitely worse because we've built entire systems that reward performance over substance. Social media platforms algorithmically amplify certainty over nuance. Corporate structures promote those who talk loudest in meetings, not those who solve problems in silence. Political systems elevate telegenic simplicity over complex truth. Watch any boardroom. The person presenting the PowerPoint with bold claims and zero doubt gets funding. The person saying it's complicated, we need more data, gets dismissed as indecisive. Not because the first person is right, because they've mastered the appearance of authority. The algorithm doesn't care about your truth. It cares about your engagement metrics. This is the first mechanism, but it goes deeper. Your intelligence is your liability. Intelligent people see complexity. They understand second-order consequences, systemic interactions, probability distributions. When asked a question, they think before answering. When making decisions, they consider alternatives. Schopenhauer observed, "Talent hits a target no one else can hit, genius hits a target no one else can see." In his time, he witnessed brilliant minds marginalized while mediocre conformists rose through institutional ranks. But today, it's weaponized through the attention economy. Algorithms reward immediate reaction, not thoughtful response. The person who tweets instant certainty gets amplified. The person who says, "Let me research this," disappears into obscurity. Imagine you're in a crisis meeting. The building's on fire, metaphorically. One person says, "I need to analyze structural vulnerabilities, assess resource allocation, model multiple scenarios." Another person says, "Follow me. I know the way out." Who does the panicked group follow? Not the intelligent person seeing complexity. The certain person providing simple direction, even if that direction leads off a cliff. Here's what Machiavelli understood that most people miss. Human beings don't want truth. They want relief from uncertainty. The stupid person who provides confident simplicity offers psychological comfort the intelligent person's nuanced complexity cannot match. Have you felt this in yourself? That moment when someone's absolute certainty felt more compelling than your careful analysis? This is why incompetence rises. Because in the moment of collective anxiety, certainty beats accuracy every single time. The masses choose confident wrong over hesitant right. But it gets deeper. Ethics as handicap in amoral systems. Intelligent, conscientious people carry an invisible weight, internal moral constraint. You won't lie blatantly. You won't take credit for others' work. You won't manipulate emotions to gain advantage. You believe these ethics make you superior. They make you powerless. Machiavelli wrote, "A man who wishes to act entirely up to his professions of virtue soon meets with what destroys him among so much that is evil." In Renaissance Italy, he watched principled leaders conquered by ruthless ones who understood morality as tool, not constraint. They deployed virtue when useful, discarded it when inconvenient. But today, we've created systems that actively reward this flexibility while punishing rigid ethics. Corporate culture calls it strategic pivoting. Politics calls it pragmatic compromise. Social media calls it personal brand evolution. You're sitting in a negotiation. You know the ethical move. You know the manipulative move. The manipulative move wins the contract, funds the project, secures the promotion. Your competitor has no internal barrier against deploying it. You hesitate because you're conscientious. That hesitation is the gap through which they seize power. The stupid person isn't burdened by complex ethical frameworks. They don't experience cognitive dissonance when contradicting themselves. Yesterday's position and today's position coexist without psychological cost. They lie without the physiological stress response lying creates in thoughtful people. Here's the disturbing insight. Neurologically, low cognitive complexity correlates with reduced ethical anxiety. The person who can't see consequences doesn't feel guilty about consequences. The person who can't hold contradictions in mind isn't bothered by hypocrisy. Have you noticed how the shameless seem unbothered? How they sleep soundly after actions that would torture your conscience for months? This is why they win. Because the game rewards those who can deploy morality strategically while you're constrained by believing morality is absolute. They're playing poker. You're trying to play poker ethically. But there's a third mechanism most never recognize. Intelligence cannot communicate itself to stupidity. The intelligent person's nightmare. You see the solution. You understand the system. You can articulate the pathway forward with precision. And you watch, helpless, as the group chooses the simple wrong answer over your complex right one. Nietzsche understood, the individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. In his era, he witnessed how mass movements demanded simplification, how complexity became social liability, how the herd punished those who thought beyond the collective capacity. Today, we've engineered this into our information architecture. Twitter limits nuance to 280 characters. TikTok rewards 15-second certainties. News cycles punish, it's complicated, and reward. Here's the simple villain. You're trying to explain a genuinely complex problem, let's say economic policy with 12 interacting variables. You need 15 minutes and 3 charts. The stupid person says, tax the rich. 4 syllables. Massive applause. You're still on your second qualifying statement. The masses cannot follow complex reasoning. Not cannot. Cognitive capacity follows a bell curve. Most people genuinely cannot hold multiple conditional variables in working memory simultaneously. You're speaking a language they neurologically cannot process. Here's what Machiavelli knew. The leader who simplifies wins, regardless of whether the simplification is accurate. The person who reduces complexity to slogan beats the person who explains actual complexity. Every single time. Notice what happens when you try to explain systematic causation to someone expecting simple blame. Their eyes glaze. Their attention drifts. They interrupt with, but who's responsible? They need a villain, not a system. A face, not a structure. This is the architecture of power. It doesn't flow to those who understand. It flows to those who can make others feel understood. The stupid leader makes the stupid masses feel smart by confirming their simple worldview. You make them feel stupid by revealing complexity. And humans will murder you before they'll admit they don't understand. But here's where Machiavelli's wisdom becomes truly powerful. You've spent your life watching this pattern with resentment, believing the system is broken. It's not broken. It's functioning exactly as human psychology designs it. And that recognition, that cold, clear seeing, is your strategic advantage. While others are shocked when incompetence rises, you'll expect it. While they're disillusioned when merit doesn't win, you'll be operating with precision in the actual game being played. Machiavelli isn't teaching you to become stupid. He's teaching you to see the battlefield clearly. The intelligent person who understands power dynamics beats the intelligent person who believes in meritocratic fantasy. Here's your reframe. Stupidity rules not because intelligence fails, but because intelligence refuses to acknowledge the rules of engagement. The game rewards appearance over substance, certainty over nuance, simplicity over complexity. You can despise this, or you can operate within it consciously. Strategic precision looks like this. When you have complex truth, learn to translate it into simple narrative. Not dumbing down, strategic communication. Lincoln did this. Churchill did this. They understood complexity but spoke in stories the masses could follow. When you encounter the certainly wrong, don't argue with facts. Argue with better narrative. Don't explain why they're incorrect. Show why your frame serves their interests better. Machiavelli again. People are moved more by fear and desire than by reason. When you watch the shameless rise, don't waste energy on moral outrage. Study their techniques dispassionately. They've mastered appearance, confidence projection, strategic positioning. Those are skills, not sins. Learn them. Deploy them. Without becoming them. The stupid rule because they play unconsciously well. You can play consciously better. While others are paralyzed by disgust at the game, you'll be moving pieces on the board. While they're waiting for merit to be recognized, you'll be constructing the appearance of merit that actually gets recognized. While they're complaining about the system, you'll be leveraging the system. This isn't selling out. It's waking up. Remember that feeling, watching incompetence promoted, seeing mediocrity celebrated, knowing you understand more but matter less? You can reframe that now. They're not winning because they're better. They're winning because they're playing a game you didn't know existed. They're deploying appearance while you're perfecting substance. They're providing certainty while you're offering accuracy. Here's the truth that brings peace. Human hierarchies will always elevate strategic shamelessness over isolated competence. This will never change. You cannot fix it, cannot alter it through protest or merit alone. You can only accept it. And in that acceptance, you find power. This week, identify one place where your intelligence is your liability, where your nuance is being beaten by someone else's certainty. Don't argue harder. Translate your complexity into narrative they can follow. Master their language without abandoning your truth. Write in the comments, "I'm playing the actual game." Machiavelli spent his life watching the virtuous destroyed by the vicious. His conclusion wasn't cynicism, it was clarity. He wrote The Prince not to celebrate cruelty, but to arm the intelligent with reality. The stupid don't rule because they're superior. They rule because they're unencumbered by the very things that make you valuable: foresight, ethics, complexity. Your task isn't to become them. It's to operate strategically in the world as it actually exists, not as you wish it would be. Accept the game. Learn the rules. Play consciously. And finally, stop losing to people dumber than you.